This is our third Drugs in Focus Film Festival, and we're pleased that the City of Melbourne can take the initiative during Drug Awareness Week to celebrate and promote harm minimisation.
Well, I think it's a terrific idea because it's a really good way of bringing people together in a way that highlights the issues that we need to be addressing to stop all the problems that we have around drug use, like people dying from overdoses and people catching bloodborne viruses and experiencing the harms associated with that.
Film is a fantastic way of getting across important messages. You can bring the world to an event like this, and I think that's very important.
Absolutely fantastic if we could think it was possible to have informed debate. So even if people are incredibly opposed to an initiative such as safe injecting facilities, which is at one end of the spectrum of harm minimisation, so people mightn't actually agree with that or might be fearful of consequences or whatever, but if we could actually encourage really open, strong, logical, clear debate, that would be fabulous.
An understanding of the lack of sense of current drug policy, but I think there is still a degree of confusion and fear and insecurity about, okay, what we've been doing up to now is not right, is not working, is not a humane and moral and compassionate way of approaching these very difficult human problems. But where do we go from here?
There's a lot of organisations who've traditionally, I guess, been promoting the war on drugs or had a vested interest in the war on drugs who are questioning it. And a lot of police throughout the world are questioning this approach that, we do the same thing every day with the same result. We need to change things.
The users benefit of it in that way that they don't have to live in this area making a lot of criminality. They can go out there, they can have the drugs, and they can try to live a more normal life than they are living today.
If we don't make some progress with those types of policies, I think we'll fall further and further behind the rest of the world.
Legalization to me means regulated legalization, taxation. We want more control, not less.
All drugs need their different models. Different drugs vary on degree of harm, degree of addictiveness, and degree of compulsivity, degree in physical damage.
When I think back to 1996, when that review came out, I'd like you to look at these films and think, have we in Australia come very far since 1996? And I'd like that to be a bit of a theme in terms of what we take up in discussion.
40 people, there'd be more than that, but they're all dead. I'm the only one that's still alive.
When I heard about it, I just couldn't believe it.
Harm reduction interventions do need to happen, and the power needs to be put into the hands of the people who are there, which is the people who are using the drugs. It's so that you can take immediate action if you're qualified to, or feel confident to, while an ambulance is on its way, when seconds count and lives can be saved. And I think all of us share that, and it's frustrating that we don't have the ability to offer such a pragmatic response, especially when it's people's lives that is on the line here, and trying to explain to anyone who's lost someone, every second counts and they second guess everything, and if there's a lot of if-onlys, and peer distribution of naloxone takes away one of those if-onlys.
And twice I overdosed, and yeah, lucky a friend was there, to call the ambulance for me, or otherwise I wouldn't be here today.
In the context of state elections, if we could have some politicians show the understandings of the linkages between some of the issues around poverty, housing, transport, education.
As a community, we need to do things differently because some of the things we're doing are not working very well in health terms, in legal terms, in terms of people's human rights, in terms of community safety. we need to never give up in advocating for more of the policies and practices that the credible evidence has shown to make a difference. Practices like needle and syringe programs in the community and in prison, things like supervised injecting facilities, changes to some of the laws and regulations around some of the drugs, alternative pharmacotherapy. They illustrate and reinforce that drug use can cause massive individual and community harms. But hopefully tonight's films and the discussions will embolden us all to never give up in challenging those policies and practices that exacerbate the difficulties some people and some communities face.